Okay, first I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to submit your photos. Um, and I also want to say sorry for the background noise if you can hear it. I'll try to filter it out in post processing as much as I can, but we're doing laundry right now. Sorry. Okay, so I will be walking you through an edit that I did for the kitchen, or that I'll do alongside you. This is going to be the edit test I'll be providing back to you for the second round. This is more so just can you follow instructions, and if I tell you what to do, basically, can you copy me? I guess that's the same thing. Sorry, I'm like running on no sleep. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else I'm missing? Most people, almost everyone had trouble with this kitchen, so if yours looks nothing like my photo, like your original photo, if you submitted this, looks nothing like mine right now, then no worries. There's only 10 people that I will be sending out this second test to. There was, I think I said this already, maybe not. There was 900 applicants, and congrats on being one of the 10 that did a great job, or great enough that I saw that you had a great work ethic, and you had potential. A little bit about my philosophy, and then I'll get started in like maybe a minute or two. Sorry if I'm dragging it out. I've been told by about 80% of my clients that I do have the best photographs in my area of California. That being said, there's a few photographers in my area that I really look up to, and I think they do good. My philosophy on editing and photographing is I want to make everything I do deserve to be on the cover of architectural magazine or something like that. Am I gonna fall short? Yeah, probably. Not gonna lie. Might you fall short on the editing side and me on the photographing side? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. But I want that kind of like expectation of I really want us to do our very best each and every single time. Okay, I think that's it. If I missed anything, feel free to reach out. Now, let's go ahead and get started. After I do this tutorial, I'll show you another house I did. It was a little bit problematic, and maybe how I fixed it, but that shouldn't be too long. So in your test file, once you unzip it, you should be getting these images. Okay. There's no JPEGs, and the reason for that is this .tiff file, as I was almost going to point to the screen. Okay, so this .tiff file right here is actually an auto-merged HDR image from the .jpegs, or the JPEGs. I will provide you with a license to the software that you need to auto-merge that, as well as the instructions on how to do it. Okay. Select everything, open as layers in Photoshop. You probably already know how to do that. Everything should load up quickly. If you have any need for equipment or anything like that, again, I am more than happy to help out however I can after 6 months. And that's mostly just because I want to make sure, you don't get equipment from me and then just leave or stop working with me. I'd love to have someone that plans to be working with me long term. Cool. That is all loaded up. A note on pay, by the way. I've had some questions about it. I did change things around, but for the better. If you get selected, there is a 1 to 2 week trial period. I should know, and you should know if it's going to work out in 1 to 2 weeks. During that 1 to 2 weeks, I will still be editing my own stuff, but you'll be paid $50 for the edits that you do. Just every single time, send them over to me, look at what I did, and figure out how you can improve. and if you can't get close enough, or in like 1 to 2 weeks, and I'll work with you, I'll train you, I'll do whatever I need to. If you can't get close enough in 1 to 2 weeks, then it might not work out. Just being honest. But I do want to compensate you, and that's why there's like the training pay, everything like that. Cool. So first thing, turn off the HDR layer. Don't even worry about that. I would turn off the layers that you don't need. So right now, window pull isn't really necessary. These are all window pulls at different exposure values. This isn't necessary. This isn't necessary. This isn't necessary. This could be helpful. So I'm going to name this base just for now and turn it off. Okay. Let's see. What's the difference between these two? Okay. So I like this one as well, so I'll just name it 1. I'll blend those. This one ain't that bad either. I'll name that 2. I might not use all of the ones I'm naming right now. I'll name that 3. So what I'm looking at right now is this area right here. If I turn this off, you'll see the umbrella that I used for light diffusion. Preferably, I'd like to not see reflections or cameras or anything like that. Could always Photoshop that out. Here I am exposing for this area. Turn that off for now, just getting familiar with the layers. Oh, hey. Okay, this is a great layer already. This could be the real base. Oh, wait. Never mind. Sorry, this is one that I already edited. You'll see what I mean later. Okay, that one pretended didn't exist. I'll mark it down as a separate thing. Okay, and this is the ambience layer. Nothing to worry about. I don't always do an ambience layer. First, if you look at all of these shots, this area will be unexposed, or underexposed, I guess. So let's go ahead and fix that. That looks like a decent exposure, and then this one I'm on the other side. So what you want to do is select a layer, and then I have shortcuts. I have a mouse with, I'm not sure if I can show it to you. Oh, maybe not. I have a mouse with legitimately 20 buttons. And it's not as dirty as it looks, I promise. But I have the meaning to clean it. I like to clean things once a week. Okay. So I have a shortcut already, which is I just click one button and it creates a layer mask hide. If you don't know how to do that, basically just go down to this panel right here. I hope you can see it. It's this little button, add a layer mask. And then you want to invert the layer mask by clicking on a Mac, it's Command I. I don't know what it is on Windows, but it's just invert. And then you get a black layer mask. I don't even know why I'm saying all this, because you probably know already, since you got this far. But anyway, white paint, make sure that it's painting correctly. And then just paint over right here, because that's how physics works. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going crazy right now. I'm on 2 hours of sleep because of just all the extra work. Okay, so I tried to do that. That didn't work because I'm getting my reflection back in there. So don't worry about that right now. Okay, then you want to merge the layers. Again, I have a command for that, so I just merge down, but you could always just right-click, merge down. Now we got cabinets. And I'm going super slow for the sake of just trying to teach you my method. Feel free to skip around. Well, I probably wouldn't. I would probably just make notes of where you need to, remember to do things. That one is overexposed, and you could always come over here before you bring everything into Photoshop, develop, and then kind of fix things as you would. That is a terrible example. Please do not deliver anything to me like this. But there's that. Okay, so now that that's exposed, let's turn this off. Did I name that cabinets? I meant utility closet. Okay. So we got this, 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 and the base. Okay. So this is a pretty decent base. I am going to just take this and try it out. Again, layer mask hide. And then I will select white. Yeah, so I'm painting in. So I can kind of get rid of those weird shadows that you saw, or would have seen. Beautiful. Okay. Next, let's look at another layer. Okay, so in this layer right here, we have better cabinets as far as down here, and then the wood is a little bit brighter. Okay, cool. A little trick you could do, you could put the layer into lighten mode instead, so that you don't end up making other parts accidentally darker. I've noticed that sometimes I have issues with lighten mode because it kind of screws up the color a little bit. Sometimes, not always. Here's what it would look like without lighten mode. You know, that's why I choose lighten mode. Actually, this part should probably be a little bit darker. And then this part was too dark. So I erased that, kinda. And then, sorry, I'm a terrible teacher right now. Okay, so what I did is I selected the black paint so I could hide, and then I'm gonna switch back over to white right here. I tried to paint that in, that failed, so I'm gonna undo that. Now we got 3. Let's see what we got. Okay, this might be a little bit hard to get rid of. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. It looks okay. That's good enough for that. Cool. Next we want to take this, and we want to just put this into lighten mode. If you notice right here, there's a weird thing with the floor. So what I'd want you to do is put a black layer mask, layer mask hide, and then just paint that in, and then, well, yeah, paint that in like that. Cool. That is that. You can kind of see some like paint marks right here now, but again, that's, no two photos are going to be exactly different, or exactly the same. So just do the best that you can. Let's see. Okay, nope. So that was kind of useless. Here's a window pull. We don't really need it for this guy, but we could try it anyway. Let's see, this window pull. Let's do this window pull. So what you want to do is darken mode, layer mask hide, and then select the lasso tool, and then you can go right here. I hope, by the way, that you guys are producing a better image than I am, because I am kind of just not paying attention to what I'm doing. I mean, I am, but I'm on autopilot right now, if that makes sense. Cool. And I can delete everything else. So I'll have to make a note of those because those were useless for you guys. Cool. So now you have this layer. What you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this into luminosity, and then opacity is 50%. Okay. Not that bad. It made this color a little weird. It made this better. It made that better. It made most of like the problems a little better, but not my favorite image. It looks weird. In this case, what I'll do is I'll duplicate this, merge this. I know I say this. Sorry. And then, okay, that looks a little bit more natural. A little bit less HDR-y and, for the lack of a better term, bleached out. This is a honestly pretty decently deliverable image. But we're not done here because, again, I like to go an extra step. What you're going to want to do, again, I have shortcuts for all this, and I'm more than happy to share them with you when it's time to work together. But I basically duplicate this layer right here, and you don't have to do it exactly like me. You could probably get away with just the brightness layer, but I duplicate this layer, and then I create a brightness layer on top of it, and these are the settings, 51 to 0. And I click on the black layer mask, take my brush, and I will just brighten stuff up as I need to. I guess I should probably show you guys what it is. It's at 10%, 100% opacity. So 10% flow, 100% opacity. Cool. I expect this tutorial to be about 20 to 30 minutes, so this is actually good because we're gonna be pretty close to done here. Okay, cool. So we have this image right here. Not bad, much better. Just kind of click and paint. This right here probably needs to be brought up. So now I would merge everything again and then just repeat the process until I'm satisfied that most things are bright enough without looking overly washed out. This is my opinion of washed out. Yours could be different. Cool. That's a little washed out, but that's fine. Okay, so that's that. Now, there's a few different ways you could do this. You could select everything by manually, clicking stuff. I prefer to just use the quick select button over here. Select everything that I can that should be white because, there's a bunch of color casts. If you have Luminar, if you have like Luminar AI, that helps with color cast, but it isn't always perfect. Sometimes it'll add color cast. Like you could legit bring in like a perfectly manufactured image, for lack of a better term, and you could, it'll introduce new color casts. So right here, you'll notice that everything was selected pretty quickly. The lights are selected. Don't worry about that. Sometimes it's nice to have the lights the correct color, but it isn't always necessary. Because at the end of the day, it's a bulb. You're not changing the paint color. And even if you do kind of like help the paint color out a little bit, which I had to do sometimes here and there to get more realistic to what the eyes pick up and not the camera picks up, if that makes sense. Then I forgot what I was saying because I had to mess that in. But I guess to give you guys for reference, so you'll see blue, you'll see purple, you'll see a bunch of other stuff right here on this washer and dryer, which should theoretically be white, and I guess that gray area right there. It's not white, and that is an issue. It's an issue that most people do not care about, and it's the thing that honestly it brings me. It puts me a step above my competitors, and if you can put that attention to detail into things, it'll put you a step above your competitors too. Okay, I'm sorry for all the ranting. Let's see. So there's these walls right here. Most of the time I just do the ceiling because the walls themselves are sometimes white, sometimes not. If the walls are white, then you can get away with things relatively fast if everything if it's like a vacant house and everything else is white. So I had one house take me about 1.5 hours because the floors were, they're wood floor, but the walls were all white, and sorry, the walls were all white, and like cabinets and everything was white as well, and there was basically no color cast, so things are easier. And so I also want to say, if you have any recommendations to make your life easier, then please let me know. I am more than happy again to invest in books and resources to train you and work together. Cool. Here's this. Everything is selected now. It should have taken me like a minute, but I kept talking. Cool. Saturation down. Brightness, maybe like +5. Go ahead and merge everything. So now you have one layer. It looks pretty good. You have no weird glares, no weird reflections. And this image, again, with me talking, it looks like 15 minutes. Because it's at 24 minutes right now. I don't know. Realistically, like, this image could have been done in like 6 minutes, if I wasn't talking. Cool. Now, delete everything else because you don't need it. I like to turn my filter on. And actually, okay, so this is what you would have started with as an HDR. Very stupid colors, tons of glare right there on the counter. The ceiling looks freaking weird, and it's not a bad image. Honestly, I don't love it though. It's just not my style. So this is what you should have. A little bit more washed out from the looks of it. I will send these presets to you so that you can kind of fix stuff around. Here's a flambient preset that I purchased from someone else that I'll send to you. Here's my own flambient preset that I use. Either is fine. I don't really care. There's times that you'll have to mix and match between them. But this is just changes stuff up. These are the settings, as you can see. I'll go to the color right here. Change the luminance around just a little bit on things. Keep verticals vertical. It's the #1 rule in real estate photography. I'm not really worried about that with you guys though, because you guys have done awesome for your tests. Everything that's supposed to be white is white. I wouldn't worry about this washer and dryer or this sink or that. It's no big deal. There's a little bit of weird color cast right there. Whatever. So this is the final image. Did I edit this? Oh, okay. So this is what the image would have looked like if I didn't color correct or desaturate. Did I even explain the desaturation? If I didn't desaturate the whites in the ceiling to make it look more like this, as well as if I didn't paint the brightness. So for me applying this preset, you could tell it just looks kind of grungy. I don't know the term for that. It doesn't look good. It looks acceptable. No, it looks acceptable to other people, but not to me. And I don't mean to insult anyone if you did anything like this. I will say that every single person had an issue with this shot in particular. Probably most people. And that's just the nature of the beast. Okay, so that's that. This is the final reference image that I'll be sending you. Oh, look at that. We actually ended up making a better image together than I did by myself. Cool. Wait. No, because this doesn't have the preset applied. Okay. They're pretty similar. On the one that I did myself, it has different shadows. I kept the glare. Man, see? So this is also an acceptable image, like I said. Like, I'm not I'm not going to be like butthurt if you deliver something like this, because this is something that I would do, and this is preferably what you would do. But the principles are the same, you know. If something is supposed to be white, particularly the ceilings or the walls, desaturate it, make it look white, brighten stuff up. If you follow this tutorial along step by step, uh, this test image should take you no more than 30 minutes because again, I was talking a lot, and unless you're paying attention and you're trying to not multitask, in which case I applaud you. um, okay, yeah. Man, I should have delivered this image. It's amazing what happens when you take a day to re-examine things with fresh eyes. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Again, please get as close as possible. I plan on interviewing about half of you, so 5 of you. If you all send like the same image to me, then frick, you're gonna make my interviews tough. I feel like there's more, but I don't think so. Have an awesome day.